My humble obeisances. All goes to Good Morning Surya Prabhu. Yeah, hey Maggie Mataji, when you're ready, you can start Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotee. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 12, text 23 to 36. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam. Naram Chaiva Narottama. Excuse me. Nartam Deving Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayesu Avatresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktirvavati Naistike. Text 23. When the ball leaped from her hand and fell at a distance, the woman began to follow it. But as Lord Shiva observed these activities, a breeze suddenly blew away the fine dress and belt that covered her. Thus Lord Shiva saw the woman, every part of whose body was beautifully formed, and the beautiful woman also looked at him. Therefore, thinking that she was attracted to him, Lord Shiva became very much attracted to her. Lord Shiva is good sense taken away by the woman because of lusty desire to enjoy with her, becomes so mad for her that even in the presence of Bhavani, he did not hesitate to approach her. The beautiful woman was already naked, and when she saw Lord Shiva coming toward her, she became extremely bashful. Thus she kept smiling, but she hid herself among the trees and did not stand in one place. His sense being agitated, Lord Shiva, victimized by lusty desires, began to follow her, just as a lusty elephant follows a she-elephant. After following her with a great speed, Lord Shiva caught her by the braid of her hair and dragged her near him. Although she was unwilling, he embraced her with his arm. Being embraced by Lord Shiva like a female elephant embraced by a male. The woman whose hair was scattered swore like a snake. O king, this woman who had large high hips was a woman of Yogamaya, presented by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She released herself somehow or other from the fond embrace of Lord Shiva's arm and ran away. As if he harassed by an enemy in the form of lusty desires. Lord Shiva followed the path of Lord Vishnu, who acts very wonderfully and who had taken the form of Mohini. Just as a maddened bull elephant follows a female elephant who is able to conceive pregnancy, Lord Shiva followed the beautiful woman and discharged semen, even though his discharge of semen never goes in vain. O king, wheresoever on the surface of the globe fell the semen of the great personality of Lord Shiva, mines of gold and silver later appear. Following Mohini, Lord Shiva went everywhere, near the shore of the rivers and lakes, near the mountains, near the forest, near the gardens, and wherever there lived great sages. O Maharaj Parikshit, best of kings, when Lord Shiva had fully discharged semen, he could see how he himself had been victimized by the illusion created by the Supreme Personality of God. Thus he restrained himself from any further Maya. Text 36. Thus Lord Shiva could understand his position and that of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has unlimited potential. Having reached this understanding, he was not at all surprised by the wonderful way Lord Vishnu had acted upon him. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Hemangi Mataji, for reading the translation today. Thank you, Sundaran Prabhu. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashtamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradari Krupamudittamaham Prapadye. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langete girum yatkrupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we are seeing this section where the beautiful form of Mohini Murti, the avatar of Lord Vishnu, is Lord Shiva is very much interested to see the form of the Lord. Obviously, he came with Mother Uma, and also it's all of his associates, to take the darshan of the Lord. And so it's a beautiful thing to take the darshan of the Lord. But this form of the Lord is Yogamaya potency. And Lord Vishnu decided to perform a pastime. So therefore, we could see that how the Lord Shiva is being captivated, even though Lord Vishnu is in the form of woman. The form of woman is captivating, so captivating that Lord Shiva himself got captivated. So in this pastime, we are seeing Lord Shiva being a Mahajan. He's teaching all of us lessons how in the material world that we can be also very easily captivated by not Yogamaya but Mahamaya. So we are all being captivated by Mahamaya in this material world, and again we are being kept in this material world in the form of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Dosha and Darshan. So we'll just go through these verses and learn some lessons that Lord Shiva is trying to teach us. So in the previous verses, we have seen the desire of Lord Shiva to take darshan of the Lord in that beautiful Mohini Murti form. And understanding that desire, Lord Vishnu also reciprocated, very in a way that Lord Shiva could not even understand that was Lord Vishnu. So immediately Lord vanished, and in a distant forest, the Lord appeared in a beautiful woman that the Lord Shiva was fully captivated. He even forgot that Mother Uma and all his associates, nothing was in his heart, that he was fully captivated, that he was just focusing on the woman and her beauty and following her. So, so yesterday in the last verse, 22, like Prabhupada explains how the material bondage in the form of a beautiful woman captivates a man, or a beautiful man captivates a woman. Now, this is the influence of a Cupid, he says. So, especially when both glances each other, the influence of Cupid is very intense, that that the attraction becomes so strong that they are completely victimized. But in this case, Lord Shiva, he was victimized by Yogamaya potency, not the Mahamaya potency. So Lord Rishabhadev also says in this connection that Pumstam Striya Maituni Bhavam Mitam Tarur Mito Hridaya Granthim Ahu. So the Hridaya Granthi, like the knot of the hearts, so in the knot of the hearts, in a way it is binding, or it is very much the one that binds us to the material world. So, and what happens with this knot? He says, Atagraha Kshetra Sutapta Vittai Janashya Mohoyam Aham Mameti. So this knot makes us to think, I am this body, and everything surrounding this body is mine. So basically, this knot is making the bondage between body and soul very strong, thinking that I am this body. So, which is the cause of all suffering. When we think we are the body, then we try to expand the bodily expansions, like here it says, Ata Graha Kshetra Sutapta Vittai. So, body, and then the home, and then any properties, and children, Suta Aptai, relatives, wealth. So, it keeps expanding. So the whole thing expands in the material world. Our activities, the circle of influence keeps expanding in the form of trying to trying to bind us to the material world. So such a person is very busy in the material world. He completely forgets about his real identity, and therefore this whole attraction is being condemned in an opposite way. But like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that so he's that when the procreation used for propagating the children of Krishna consciousness, for bringing good children to this material world and raising them as Krishna conscious children, such attraction between men and women is Krishna himself. So dharma. So that is what Krishna says. So on the negative side, the connotation is this attraction binds us to the material world and expands our activities in the material world such that we completely forget Krishna. So there's two different aspects. So from the verse number 23, Lord Shiva, the activities of Lord Shiva in this pastime is being described. So Lord Shiva basically completely captivated by this woman who is playing a ball in her hand. So this particular scene of playing a ball in the hand of a woman is being in a different pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, that even sage my Markandeya Rishi, in several pastimes, like even Markandeya Rishi wanted to see how the Maya works. And he also asked the Lord, he desired to see the Maya, and therefore a great pastime actually happens. And then he gets into family life, he had children, and at the end, the complete deluge of floods happens, that everybody is gushed away by the waves of the river. There's a huge ocean. There's nothing on this planet left. Everything was submerged into huge ocean. At the time, Markandeya Rishi just sees a beautiful boy, a baby boy. He's sucking his food thumb, and then he's glancing at the Lord. And then he opens his mouth and he gets sucked into his mouth. And that was none other than Lord Gopal, Lord Krishna. So, in that pastime, also the Maya, the potency of Maya was displayed. How he was captivated in the family life. So it all started with the captivation by woman. Even Narada Muni, there was one pastime that Narada Muni also gets attracted, and he was also he gets into the family life. He had children, and finally again he comes back from Maya and meets the Lord again. So like that, there are several pastimes, but in this pastime is very special. Lord Shiva cannot be captivated by an ordinary woman. So the Lord himself in the Yogamaya potency is captivating Lord Shiva. So we should not just take it for granted that Lord Shiva was captivated. So it's Lord Vishnu himself personally appearing as, imagine this Mohini Murti form is Lord Vishnu himself. So when the Lord was playing this form, obviously he plays any form he plays very perfectly, right? When he plays the baby Krishna form, Yashoda Nandanandan, so he was playing so perfectly that nobody could understand, any mystic potency Lord performs. It's completely, they don't see that mystic potency, they see only a baby boy, because they're so captivated by the beauty, by the charm, by all the characteristics of the baby. So everything was so perfect. So similarly, when Lord was performing, the husband of the queens of Dwarka, they're so perfect that the queens were thinking, oh, Krishna is just my husband. He's not actually doing anything else. He's doing only household activities, taking care of my necessities, So like that, and when Krishna was standing as a father of the children of the queens of Dwarka, and he was a perfect father. He was taking care of the children. So every queen had 10 children, and Krishna's Yadu dynasty itself, like crores of people. So such was the potency of the Lord that Parashya Saktir Vividaiva Suyate, he could perform any amount of mysterious activities that still, Lord, there is no limit. So in this case, so Lord Shiva is completely captivated by the beautifully formed, limbs. Every limb is so beautifully formed that how, Vishnu, when he comes in a form of a woman, could imagine that is completely perfect. So, and then Lord Shiva, in front of Mother Bhavani and presence of all his associates, he completely forgot about everybody else. Now he's completely captivated and he followed Mohini Murti. So by following, now there is an exchange between Mohini Murti and Lord Shiva. There is a glancing between each other, and then at one point of time, the breeze even took away the clothes of Mohini Murti completely naked. Now, Lord Shiva kept gazing. Now he is completely captivated and he followed her. So now we can see that Prabhupada also explains that when the woman and man, when they glance at each other, this cupid is becomes so intense that it becomes so irresistible that even a learned person, should not think that he cannot be captivated. So because the Maya in the form of a woman or a man can captivate anyone, it's so Prabhupada even elaborates how there are many sages who uh, uh, gives us the warning how we can be captivated. So even the Shastra says that matra swarshas duhitrava navi viktashano bhavet balavan indriya gramam vidvamsham api karshati. So Balavan Indriya Gramam, the senses are so strong, even a learned person like Vidwan, so learned person, for him also it is extremely difficult. So what does Sastra says? Matra Swarshas Duhitrava. So even one should not stay in a solitary place, even with a mother or a sister or a daughter, because the senses are so strong. So we can imagine if that is for our own blood family members, then what to speak of others? So and then so Prabhupada also explains that how the potency of Lord Shiva. So here that Lord Shiva cannot be captivated by any ordinary woman. So that's why here the Yogamaya potency, the Lord. So we understand there are three potencies: Yogamaya, and Mahamaya. So there are three kinds of living entities, right? So the Lord Himself, the Vishnu Tattva, is the Lord Himself, and Jiva Tattva, and there is Shiva Tattva also. So there is external energy, internal energy, uh, and the marginal energy. So the Jivas, we belong to the marginal energy of the Lord, and the internal energy is the Lord's Yogamaya potency, and the external energy is the Mahamaya potency. So in this case, the internal potency, that the Yogamaya potency is what captivating the Lord. So just like if we go to Vrindavan, so everybody is being captivated by Yogamaya, the Lord's internal potency, and it just makes them to think that Krishna is everything. Krishna is my friend. Krishna is my child. Krishna is my dearmost husband, like that. So that's the Yogamaya potency. So which is captivating them, which is Lord's internal energy, and which cannot harm them, which cannot bring any destruction to them. But on the other side, the Bahiranga Shakti, external energy, which is being completely controlled by Mother Durga, that is not going to keep us happy. It's the whole Mahamaya potencies work is to punish us again in this material world, to keep us binded in this material world, that we think that this material world is so enjoyable. So that is the Mahamaya potency, the external energy. And there are so many miseries that comes with the captivation of external energy. So we can understand that Lord's internal energy, Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritim. So those Mahatmas, those great sages, saintly people, they are under the internal potency of the Lord, Yogamaya potency of the Lord. So here Lord Shiva was captivated by the internal potency of the Lord, and he is teaching us, all of us, lesson how not to be captivated by the external energy of the Lord. So we can see the difference. And also the external potency, the whole external potency works as the Lord's energy, and that is also Lord's energy, but the energy works to take us away from the Lord. So that's why when we want to be with the Lord, we have to come under the internal potency of the Lord. The way we can come under the internal potency of the Lord is by bhakti. So the bhakti, even Arjuna asked this question in Bhagavad Gita, how can I overcome these three modes of nature, which is giving me so much suffering? How can I transcend this? Then the Lord says, Sagunan samitityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So if you do 24/7 bhakti, then you will always be protected in my internal energy, and you will not be influenced by guna, like these three modes of nature. Even sattva's goodness, even above goodness is the pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. So even sattva is binding, then what to speak of rajas and tamas? They're so binding that one thinks even abominable conditions also, we think that it's so wonderful, so enjoyable, it's so nice, like that. So that is the Maya's potency to make us think that the situation is very nice, even though it's very much suffering going on. So when this pastime happened, when Lord Shiva discharged a semen, wherever it fell in the material world, this all become gold and silver mines. So and then there was another aspect here that was explained, that when Lord was actually Mohini Murti, the form of the Lord was going. He was going through wherever there were sages, saintly sages and all, just to teach those sages, make them understand that you see my power in the form of woman. Don't think that you are so great, austere, and you are so great devotee in front of woman. You should be very, very careful and respectful. So that is the lesson that Lord Vishnu is trying to teach here. So here there is one verse. It says that Lord actually took in the to all the places where the sages were there, and also mountains. Yeah. So Sarit Sarashu Saileshu Vaneshupawaneshu cha yatra kva chashan rishayas tatra sanhito hara. So wherever the rishis were there, so wherever in the forests, lakes, mountains, gardens, wherever the rishis used to live, so all those places actually, now Lord took the Mohini Murti, took Lord Shiva in all of these places. So Prabhupada especially says one should not think themselves free, but one should completely immerse oneself in the bhakti process, so that one should remain extremely cautious in front of beautiful women. So, so and then there are several verses from Bhagavad Gita also. Prabhupada says that in Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that so in the Chaitanya Charitamrita we can see that Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Yare Yaicha Nachaya say Taiche Karan Nritya. So Lord Krishna is the supreme controller and everyone else is servants. So everyone dances according to what Lord makes them to dance. So Yara Yaicha Nachaya. Nachaya means dance. So in this case, this verse Prabhupada is quoting because when the Lord performs certain pastimes, he can even utilize great personalities like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma also. So they all dance according to how he wants to perform these pastimes. So Lord's potency is so powerful and so immense that even great Lord Shiva is considered a personal expansion of the Lord. Shira yata dadi vikara visesha yogat sanjayate nahi pratak asti yetuhu. So Brahma Samhita, Brahma says that just like the milk turns into yogurt, so when the milk turns into yogurt, it looks completely different, its form is different, its texture is different, but still we know the source of that is milk. So similarly, Lord Shiva is non-different from Vishnu, from his personal expansion, but his form is still is in the bhava of servitude, is in the bhava of mode of service to Lord Vishnu. So when Mother Parvati asks, 1,000 years you're doing meditation, whom are you meditating? Then Lord Shiva says, I'm meditating upon Lord Vishnu. So we can see how the Lord, everyone is, in the form of that Dashyabha, in the form of servitude to Lord Krishna. So that we can understand, because there is so much rasa, so much ecstasy in that relationship. The Lord Shiva also in that relationship. So we can see how the Lord can captivate even Lord Shiva in this form of Mohini Murti. So Hare Krishna. So these are some of the points that I wanted to discuss today. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatrubhyasya kripa sindhubhyai vachaha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.